Hello friends, I am Mohammad Rafiq. Welcome to my YouTube channel Rafiq Engineering Drawing. In this video we will see first problem related to isometric projections. First of all, isometric projections means 3D diagrams. In the 3D diagram we are taking at a time two solids. So this is the category of compound solids. So we can say isometric projections of compound solids, more than one solid. So in this problem we will see a hexagon is resting over a block or a rectangular block. Let us see the question. What they are saying, we have a hexagonal pyramid of side 25 mm and axis 70 mm long. Okay, assume this is the hexagonal pyramid. Pyramid looks like this. Hexagon is the base, hexagon, axis height from center to this apex vertical distance is axis, which is of 70 mm long, is resting. Where it is resting? Centrally over a rectangular block of, assume one rectangular block like this. We have a rectangular block like this. Okay, on this the hexagon pyramid is resting. Rectangular block dimensions are 80, assume this is 80, 50, this is 50, and thickness as 10 mm thickness. Okay, this hexagon prism is resting over this rectangular block. Where? Here, where? At center it is resting. So if nothing is mentioned, how it is resting, by base or by triangular face, it is not given. So you can imagine it is resting by its base default. Okay, so let us start the question. So this is the thing what they have given. For this arrangement we need to draw isometric view or isometric projection. What is mean by isometric view and what is mean by isometric projection, I will tell you at the just before the end of the problem. First we will start the problem with isometric view, that is first bit. Okay, let us start the problem. So as we have discussed the question, in the question they have given first object number 1 as pyramid, hexagon pyramid or anything, is resting on what? Another object, rectangular block. Okay, so see, whenever you are dealing with this kind of problem, first start with the base. Whenever you are constructing a building, what you will do? First you will construct the base, ground floor, then you will go for first, second, like that. So similarly here, if you have a pyramid like this is resting over some block, so this block you need to construct first, then go for upper side, that is pyramid. So whenever you are dealing with compound solid problems in isometric projections, you need to start whichever the object is lower. Here lower object is rectangular block, so start from lower downside, then go for pyramid. Okay, let us start a block. How to draw block in 3D? You need to first draw a rectangle. So imagine this is your some reference line, any point on the reference line. This side you take 80, this side you take 50, or here 50, here 80, it's our wish. So I will take, imagine this is 80 mm long at 30 degree, here another length, imagine this is also 30 degree but length is 50, this is 50, here I have taken, here 80 mm I have taken. Now parallel to this here, parallel to this here. Okay, so this is top isometric view of rectangle. In the previous problems or previous videos we have discussed isometric drawings of 2D objects where you have seen rectangle, circle and triangle. You can see that video also. So now let us continue. After drawing top isometric view of a rectangle, what we will do? We will give the thickness. This is 80, this is 50. You can also take here as 80, here as 50. This is also correct, your choice. 80 and 50, this is also correct, but here I have taken this as 50, this as 80, this as 50. Both are correct. Like this also you can do, like this also you can do. So 30 degree 50 mm long line, 30 degree another 80 mm long line, parallel to this from this end and parallel to this from this end we are joining. So this is also 80, both this and this are also same length 50, 10 mm thickness. Then this rectangular sheet will become a solid block. So from each corner 10 mm vertically upward. So here look at this side, I am going 10 mm in vertical direction, straight vertical means perpendicular to this baseline or this reference line, vertically upward 10 mm each corner. After getting this, join all upper ends of the lines like this. So this is the way how we got the 3D block of height 10 mm. Now what you need to do, at its center you need to place a hexagonal pyramid of so and so dimensions. So let us see one more thing here. The visible edges, one more diagram you look at here. This both are one and only. So in this, what is not visible to us? This is not visible to us, right? So which is the lines which are not visible to you, those lines we need to make it light color or thin. So for time being I will erase this. Later we will have original length or original lines. Actually you should not erase in the exam, it should be thin color. Now why I am not keeping this, because all the way another pyramid we have to draw here, right? So it will mix and it will create confusion. So this is the lines which I have removed from back side. Now hexagon pyramid is of side how much? 25. So first hexagon base we need to draw, then axis height we will give it vertically upward. To draw any pentagon, any pyramid, like to draw any polygon such as pentagon, hexagon or anything, first what we need to do, we need to enclose it in a box. So first draw the hexagon of required size, which is 25 mm. So assume this is a hexagon of side how much? 25 mm. Now hexagon, how to draw, all those things basics we have learned in the earlier videos. Enclose this hexagon in a box. This procedure I have explained in the basics of projections, basics of isometric projection. This thing I have covered: top isometric view of pentagon, top isometric view of pentagon, front isometric view of pentagon and top isometric view of pentagon we have covered. Now we are seeing with the help of hexagon. So now after drawing hexagon of 25 mm side, we have enclosed it in a box, means closed box. So box length is how much? After drawing we will measure, assume as of now it is of x width and y as a height. So when you draw the hexagon and close it in a box and then you measure and directly note down the values of x and y. Here we don't know what is the value. So now what you need to do, measure this length x, and one more thing, assume this is the hexagon. Hexagon you can draw like this or you can draw in this way also. They didn't mention this edge should be perpendicular to the observer or the edge should be, these are the edges, horizontal position if you see, parallel to the observer. They didn't mention. So hexagon in any orientation we can draw. So I will prefer this one. So first we will transfer the box here, then we will transfer inside the hexagon. So assume this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now listen carefully. 1 and 2 length we have measured. This is 80. So now you take midpoint. Midpoint of what? Midpoint of this length is this midpoint. Midpoint of this is assumed somewhere here. Okay, two midpoints we have taken from this and this. Now assume that midpoint is this one and this one. What is the length here? X millimeter. So that x millimeter, half this side you transfer from this midpoint like this. Got it? Now this is your x distance. After marking midpoint of 80 mm long line, measure this total length x x by 2 this side, remaining x by 2 this side. Like that you need to transfer, then only it will come in center. Or else another method you have, total length 80 minus this length which is x divided by 2. So whatever answer you are getting, that will be this gap. The answer will be this gap. So there are two procedures. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can have a look and practice. So I will prefer first as a midpoint here and here, then total length I will measure. The total length, half this side of this midpoint we will take. So like this we have got 2 points over here. Join with thin line like this. Okay. So this is the width x, this is the width x. If you have drawn these two lines, it means you have covered these two lines. Now this distance y we will see, this gap y, it is in this way. Okay, take the midpoint on this 50 mm long line, and on this 50 mm long line take midpoint just by measurement, 25 mm, 25 mm, like that. Now measure this total length y. Half of the length of this y should be taken from here to here, and half is here. Okay, just assume the y is of around 40 millimeter, just assumption. So what you need to do, half of 40 means 20 this side of the midpoint, and remaining 20 this side of the midpoint you need to take. So here also 50 mm long line we have marked midpoint. Assume if this length is 40, it may be more or less, just assumption I am telling. 40 mm length, one half 20 this side of the midpoint, 20 another half of this length this side of the midpoint. Then join this two, and then this and this. Hence we have got the required square box, that is this one. So you don't have to highlight anything in the exam except visible edges. So this is the required box. Let us put number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Now in this box we will transfer this hexagon. So I will erase this rough work which we have done here. So assume hexagon has A, B, C, D, E and F. A and D, any number you can put. A from here also you can start, that's not the issue. A is the midpoint of 1 and 4. So 1 and 4, somewhere here you will be getting letter A. Similarly D is the midpoint of 2 and 3. So here you will be getting as D. Okay, then point B, from 1 how much distance it is, this measure this distance and transfer here from 1 to B. Then point C to 2, measure this distance and transfer from 2 like this, direct distance. Okay, then similarly this 4 to F, 3 to E, put it and draw the lines. Entire diagram so far you need to do in a thin lines only. So this is how we have transferred the base. Now what we will do, this job is done, so we will erase this diagram now. Okay, axis height how much, 70 mm long. What you need to do, first take the center midpoint of this entire block, or if you take center of block, automatically center of this hexagon will come. How to take center? Just keep the scale from this corner to this corner, draw a small line. Don't join from this end to this end, just keep the scale and draw a small line here, and keep here and here the scale, align these 2 points and draw another line like this. So like that we will be getting center of this hexagon. From here to here, this is the line, and from this corner to this corner, if you draw a line, not entire line, small line, then you will be getting center of this hexagon. This is the way how to look at center. So after locating center like this of this hexagon or a rectangular block, both the meaning is same because both are concentric. Axis how much? 70 mm long. From this center, axis vertically upward you need to go. How much? 70 mm long. So axis will be long line and short line. I will do that here, long line, short line, like this. So this is the axis. So this is apex. Okay, all those things you don't have to write. Vertically upward we have taken from center, vertically up 70 mm long. Now after this you keep your scale here and bring it like this. So whichever corner touches first, that will be the side of where you are joining here, like this. So here also you keep your scale here at this point and bring it like this. Okay, so if you bring your scale like this, first point comes in contact is D. So this is A, B, C, D, E and F. Okay, long scale you take. Imagine if you keep here and you try to rotate the scale like this. Assume this is lengthy scale, you are rotating like this. So as soon as you rotate from here, so first comes in contact with this scale is D, not the point E. So this is your end. Here you need to join this and followed by A, F and E. C will be back side. So whichever is, this is how we have completed. Whichever line is not visible to you, that you can keep light color like this, thin line. In some textbook they have taken hidden line also, that is like this dash line, or some textbooks they are using thin line. You can use either or. This is my preference, thin line, thin continuous line. Okay, so hidden edge is C to apex is the hidden edge. This you can keep thin color, rest of all other lines are dark. Now if you might be getting confused, what line should be dark, what line should be thin. Now with this pen I am putting whichever is in green color, that should be dark, rest of the entire diagram should be thin color. So what is the trick to draw this? First draw the entire diagram in thin color only, then go for making visible edges as a darken. So this box should be thin color. So this box we will have with blue ink only. So here whichever line is in green color, that should be dark. Okay, let us discuss what is meant by isometric view and what is meant by isometric projections. Okay, so we have taken a block of 80 by 50 by 10 mm size dimensions. Okay, so whenever it is given isometric view, you need to take real dimensions. That is what we have done in the problem. 80 mm long line we have taken. But if you are drawing isometric projection, then at that time what you need to do? Real dimensions whatever is given multiplied by 0.82 times, dimensions will get reduced. Okay, so assume you have the block earlier drawn 80, 50 and 10 in the isometric view, real dimensions. In isometric projections, what you need to do? You need to multiply the dimensions by 0.82. So what will happen here? This is 80 into 0.82 will be 65.6, around 66 mm. Here 50 mm into 0.82, 41. 10 mm was the height, 10 into 0.82 will become 8 mm. Similarly, side of the hexagon and axis of the hexagon also you need to reduce. As soon as you reduce all the dimensions, then box size, other distance, midpoint, all those things automatically is got reduced. Again further no need to multiply with 0.8. Okay, if you have any doubts, please ask in the comment box. Like, subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thanks for watching everyone.